to episode 113 of This Week in Grip. This is Napalm Jed Johnson. I'm joined by the esteemed Alan T. Hynek, Esquire, and Professor Crowbar himself, James Rederides. Today, we're going to cover our King Kong of Grip experiences, as well as possibly other recent happenings in the world of grip. But before we get to that, just a reminder, we appreciate you listening to the show, so please give us a thumbs up and show your support. We welcome feedback and participation in the topics we discuss, so feel free to leave a comment and let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button and the little bell, and you'll get a notification every time a new video and episode of Twig comes out. In addition, I've also been putting up Q&A videos recently, which are more detailed answers than I was able to really do for the Instagram Q&A from last week, so you want to see those. And finally, please feel free to share this video and others with your friends who train grip. That's the best way to spread the word about our sport, everybody. Come on, let's do this, because remember, the first rule of grip sport is you tell everyone about grip sport. Gentlemen, the dust has settled from the King Kong of Grip 2019. I guess we're still waiting on some results to come in. I saw at like 11:30 a.m. Eastern that they were waiting for 4 places results. But hopefully we'll be getting some information here pretty soon as far as what happened. What was your guys' experiences from King Kong?
I'll start because mine will be very brief. I was at a wedding, so.
Did you take your grip stuff to the wedding?
I really wish I did. You know, it was one of those great weddings where you got like a 15-minute ceremony outdoors, you know, at a winery, you know, like at this vineyard. There's palm trees. I mean, just this beautiful kind of setting. 15-minute ceremony, bada bing, bada bang, done. And then it's cocktail hour for like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Nice.
And I really, yeah.
Wait a minute. So you had outdoors, you had alcohol, and there was no heavy lifting involved? You could have found time to throw something through the air, James. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
They dropped the ball on this one.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't even take some grippers with you. Well, yeah, I can believe you didn't.
You can believe that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was the most interesting end to a wedding I've ever had, though, because both the bride and groom were drunk. So I actually drove the bride back to her father's house where the after party was in her car. So that's a first for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Without the groom?
And my wife followed behind us. Yeah, he went with his brother, so.
Okay.
Yeah. We can already see where this marriage is going to end up.
Wow.
I didn't want to say it, but that sounds rocky, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, that was my King Kong experience. I will say no more at the risk of hurting people's feelings. So, Alan, your King Kong experience sounds like it was a lot more flavorful.
Mine was good. Yeah, we had a big turnout in the end. It wound up being a total of actually 24 competitors that we had.
24. Wow.
We had a great turnout. What it was, originally I think there was going to be 15, 16 competitors, something like that, planned for King Kong, but there was a strongman competition that's going to be held in that town today, actually, and some people came to weigh in yesterday and decided to stick around and compete. So we got all that extra participation out of it.
Nice.
So we had a bunch of really strong people show up to compete. It was a lot of fun. It took a while, but it was good. A lot of newcomers and some really strong ladies in the group. So awesome. I was pumped. That was quite a turnout. Ran real smooth. So that was a good time.
Cool, man.
I bet you had some big crusher numbers, huh?
We did, yeah, and I got to tell you, I think when Devin Brown showed up, he really stole the show. he came in. He showed up 15 minutes late. He walks in. He's got a car seat in his hand. He was bringing in his new baby boy with him. Right. He showed up late, and he walks in at this point. There's already like 37.5 kilograms on the flask at this point. So he didn't have much of a warm-up, so he comes in, grabs it, rips it off the ground like it's absolutely nothing, and then moves on. And we roll through the rest of that event, and nobody was paying much attention to him at this point. They just saw, this guy come in late, and he wasn't near as big as some of these other people were, right? So then the crusher time comes out, and people are taking their attempts, and as things start getting heavy, 140, 150-pound range, people start dropping out. And finally, some serious numbers get on, and Devin opens up with, I think, 85 kilograms on the crusher. And he walks up, picks this thing up, and kind of pauses for a second with it at the crossbar, kind of like gauging where he wanted to go next, then sort of sits it down and walks away, and you could see, the expression on these faces of the competitors just changed. They were like, holy shit, who is this guy?
Right.
Yeah. And after that, he just put on a clinic for the rest of the competition. It was impressive. And he even he's a really quiet guy for the kind of power that he possesses. And in the end, people were applauding his efforts and everything, because he just kept going. It was just impressive. I think he wound up taking second behind Joel, but if you factored body weight in at all, he would have been just hell and gone from the rest of them. Topped out at 95K on the crusher. Absolutely ridiculous. Wow. He weighs in at 88 kilograms, so that's pulling some good weight. He PR'd on everything by a mile. It was absolutely impressive. Yep. I was pumped. I believe it. It was great seeing a guy do that kind of stuff. Seeing him actually train and seeing what he can do. Because this is the first year he's invested anything in grip. I think the sky is the limit. I've been saying that forever. Yep. I can't wait to see what he can do from here. So yeah, I was real proud of him. He just did great.
He had to have been one of the most ripped competitors.
Well, I think Devin could eat cupcakes for 3 days and still have a six-pack. He's just got that thing about him. He wanted to try to he couldn't make weight. He couldn't be down to 83K. He stopped at 2 pounds light. Normally this dude walks around 200 pounds. Mm-hmm. And so he's like, screw it. He showed up. He looked drained. He just didn't look like he had it. But man, this guy, he just starts freaking going to work on this stuff. It was just insane. Wow. Didn't even start scarfing food or pounding water or anything. I'd never seen anything like it.
And he had his baby there with him?
He brought his boy with. Yeah, it was like the worst possible conditions for this guy to do what he did. And his son is the most well-behaved baby I had ever seen. Just sat there quiet the whole time. Yep. Yeah. Devin just had to get up and change him once in a while, the occasional bottle, and that was it. It was just, you never heard a peep out of him.
Wow.
Yep. There was more belly aching out of the competitors than out of his baby. Yep.
That is a feat in of itself, Alan. Being able to care for a baby at an event like that.
I'd never. When I saw him come in like that, I thought, oh damn, I hope this doesn't. I don't know what this is going to do to him, and it had no impact whatsoever. Yep, he was on. That guy is always sharp. It's like nothing takes him out of his groove. So, good for him.
Well, that's good.
Nope.
That's good.
How did Evan make out, Alan?
He did good. Real young guy. I was surprised. Is he just out of high school?
Yeah, he graduated in the springtime, so it's still his first year after high school.
Okay, yeah, he did good. He's strong as hell. I think he had a good attempt on the flask. I think he might have fallen just short of 100. Mm-hmm. I think his crusher, I want to say maybe he didn't crack into the 160 territory on it. Mm-hmm. The hub, that was not his thing. I think he still did good. But I want to say he got stopped maybe in the 50s somewhere.
Yeah, and, which is a good shallow hub claw pinch, but he can't get the doorknob does nothing for him.
Yeah.
So,
well, and I don't want to say he didn't. He did good. What he did was good.
yeah.
But But that was kind of a stopping point for him. And then the anvil, I don't know. I guess I just don't think between the hub and the anvil that those were his lifts per se. I guess I'd have to gauge. He's a big dude, right?
Yeah.
And I think he'd be more in like thick bar territory and maybe even some medium wide pinch kind of stuff is what I see when I look at him.
Yeah.
Or conventional hubbing. But some of the other weird stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But real strong guy though. Real strong guy, no two ways about it.
When we just do like 1 or 2 grip drills per workout for him, and I didn't have him do a lot of hub because I knew he was already in the 50s, so like how much are you really going to improve in the time that we had? And I thought he'd be able to get more used to the little bighorn and the crusher than, you know, and that would be a better use of his time. And the flask he's already strong on because he's done like 105 on the flask. So,
yeah, he was good on that.
Wow.
Yeah.
But no, I actually think he called his attempts a little early on the hub. I don't even know that he took all 4. I know he stopped short on something because I don't think he got cut, but I think he was to that point where if he took another pull, he would have been.
Right.
And he just did the smart thing and shut it down. So
yeah,
couldn't fault him for that. But yeah, real good showing.
Yeah.
Everybody
it
did.
sounds like he did
Rogowski.
pretty well. He sent me the numbers that he got like afterwards.
Yeah,
so.
I don't remember specifically because it moves fast, and when you're the guy like doing the loading and all that crap and the judging,
Sure.
you just miss some of it.
Oh yeah.
So there were certain people on my radar. I mean, I was watching like, you know, Devin really close, and especially Joel because I knew like big things were coming from these guys, and Mike Rogowski too. He had a real good showing.
Cool.
I can't remember specifically what he hit, but I mean, based on his performance, though, I still expect him to finish where I thought he would, based on my predictions and everything. So, and after seeing Devin, I think he's going to finish way up there in his 93K class as well. So I was real impressed.
That's cool. Who else was like someone you didn't know about, but they just blew things up there? Was there anybody else?
No, there's a guy, I think his name's like Grant Thompson. He was a guy that showed up over the summer, and this dude had a monstrous thick bar number. I mean, I think he was still up on the crusher. I think today or yesterday, I think he got stopped he took too big of a jump, I think. I think he might have got shut down around 195K on the crusher, or 95K, excuse me, on the crusher. He had a big flask pull. Yeah, well, I was joking with him because this dude, like at our competition over the summer, he was just kind of like just sitting in the back, like not doing anything, right? And I commented because I thought he just like wasn't having fun or wasn't going to do it anymore. And I made some wisecrack to him, like, "Oh, what are you waiting to come in on? 450 on the axle, something like that." He's like, "No, I think like 420." And I was like, "Holy shit!" I was just being a wise ass. I didn't know he was coming at me with that. So so it was time on the crusher, and again, once a month he's lollygagging around, and I'm like, so what are you gonna do? Maybe start out at 100K on the crusher? He said something like, I think it was 90 where he was coming in at, which is a pretty good number. And anyway, he took some big jumps, but his flask, he got stopped early on that one. Unfortunately, he pulled something big. I think he might have got shut down. Like his last attempt stopped at 110. And I think he had easily another 5, if not 10 pounds in him. And he just didn't know where to put his attempts. That was all there was to it. Real big, strong dude. His anvil was good, and the hub, he just couldn't put anything together on it. He admitted that. He just could not figure out the dub hub. So, but he was the other one. There was other really strong dudes, but I guess nobody that. I don't know. I saw strong guys lifting big, heavy stuff, so I wasn't overly surprised. Just a lot of unfamiliarity with the equipment was probably the big thing. I think if people had seen it a little bit more, would probably even seen better numbers. But overall, I was really impressed with everyone, especially the women. I mean, one lady picked up, I think she hit like 20K on the dub hub. I was like, holy shit, I never saw that. I look at that, I see women with like long fingernails, and I think that is the least women-friendly event we got. That slips a little bit, you are going to be ripping that thing. You're going to have a rough weekend, tear a fingernail right off.
Right.
So, and hit. I mean, real good numbers, real strong lady. She did wind up. One lady got cut on the flask, took it like a champ. I offered her some tape and Band-Aids, and she said something like, "No, I'm just going to put some liquid skin on her," or some shit. It was like, it wasn't her first rodeo. You know, she was used to getting ripped up on stuff by the sounds of it, so knew exactly how to handle it. And yeah, great turnout. I couldn't ask for better competition.
Yeah, there was somebody
wow.
There was a lady from your competition that was putting up videos on Instagram. I'm trying to remember who it was now.
While it was going on?
Not necessarily while it was going on, but and here's somebody.
This lady, her name was Kim Dirks, not related to Joel Dirks, different spelling.
Oh yeah.
And she was just the look of this woman. She was no stranger to lifting heavy things. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine what her powerlifting numbers are or anything like that, but she spends some time in the gym. There's no two ways about it. Right. And one other lady there, I think her name was, I don't know if her name was Kate. Again, she did very well for her first grip competition, but not in the same league as that other lady was.
Yeah.
That Kim, I think she wouldn't be in like Becca Roberts territory by any stretch, but if she were to put herself to some real training on grip, I mean, she could easily be top level on it. Right.
Yeah, and I'm trying to go down through my Instagram to find that lady, and I totally can't find it.
So. A lot of them knew who you were. They'd followed your stuff on it, because a lot of people like the numbers you post is kind of what they base things around that they need to get to.
Okay.
And they, you know, you kind of set the bar there for them, and
oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
How about
they
Ethan
see your hub number,
Middlestat?
scared them out.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I walked all over what you just said. I'm sorry.
I don't even remember what I said. Oh, the hub. That's one thing that threw him off though, because they're not terribly far off from you when it comes to like crusher numbers, you know, and thick bar and stuff.
Right.
But the big thing that set them apart is when they see you pulling north of 70 pounds on a hub, and they're barely cracking 45. They're like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You know, they can't fathom some of those connections, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I hear you. And
that's a tough thing for some of their attempts too, because when they think about moving up weight, they'll pick something, right? So they'll start at say 25 kilograms. So they think nothing about tacking another 10 kilograms on for the next attempt. And look at that in percentage wise. Would you take like a max effort squat and throw 10% on it and expect to get out of the hole? No friggin' way. You know, and that's exactly what they're doing on some of these things. You know, they kind of space that out a little bit. You know.
Yeah.
So, but it's just familiarity.
Not familiar with the
you know.
implement.
Well, that's the thing. You know, one dude, he stepped up, a strong guy, had a great finishing, but he just for the warm up, you know, there was just 25K on a flask. He picked it up. He says, "Oh, I ought to be able to double that." And I'm thinking to myself, okay,
right.
It's probably not going to happen, you know. And I mean, that was ambitious. Yeah. He didn't hit there. He did do really good on it, but nonetheless, you know, it's humbling. It's a whole different thing than what some of those guys are used to.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I totally had it wrong. The woman that was competing and put up some videos is Shannon Farquhar, or Farquhar, and she was way up in the Canadian thing. I just assumed that it was your location, but it's not. So
well, these people were engaged. They were like, I mean, they were videotaping their lifts and stuff, so they were into it. You know?
Yeah, there was a Mark Obi or something like that is his Instagram name. He put up some videos, and you walked by the screen in front of the camera at one point.
Yeah, you know, one thing when it comes to judging and you got like implements shifting around, you got to change position a lot. You know, especially with like watching hand placement, because I had a guy, I don't even think he did that on purpose, but wound up hooking his finger under the anvil. Mm-hmm. And on an attempt, and I just think that's a body compensation out of desperation to try to lift something. Mm-hmm. And you know, so you got to watch really careful. It's hard to get those angles in, you know. But yeah, how was your turnout, Jed?
Well, first off, how did Ethan Middlestat do? Because he's a Grip Authority member, so I was anxious to hear how he did.
Good. I think he improved numbers wise over what he had done over the summer. Most of our events were the same. Mm-hmm. He is really conservative though on his openers. He starts really light and I think he leaves a lot on the table actually. Oh. I think he just starts off too soft and that affects things because he burns up attempts, but like even on like his fourth attempt on some stuff, I feel like he could just keep holding it and walk out to the parking lot with it. It's kind of how it looks on some of that stuff. You know, he's just, I think he's selling himself short a little bit. Other things, not so much, but he could, there's no doubt he could add some weight to those numbers. I don't think he just knows how to, I don't think he knows how to do any of that stuff, like, you know, plan his attempts out. Yeah. He should, like, that would be my, and I didn't get to talk to him, but my advice to him would be to get with you, maybe have him pick, like, his top-end numbers, and then maybe you kind of plan some attempts for him. Yeah. Because he's kind of lost, because something tells me in competition that he's not even loading, like, his max on the bar. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he's just, like, opening and then taking the minimum jumps or something probably. Yeah, it's like, that's almost the case, and it's like another day at the office, and there's no PR attempts about it. Yeah. And that's kind of how it should be. It's like after his first one, then he should just be laying it all on the line. And, we're just not seeing that. So. Yep. I follow. He's young, and he's having a good time, so there's no sense in, you know, beating up a guy over it. But, I mean, he could be a little bit more competitive if he kind of pushed the envelope a bit. Right. Gotcha. All right. Thanks for the feedback. I'm watching this Mark OB42, and I can see the big boy, Evan, in the background holding up the squat cage. Looks like he was following him on one of these. So, Mark Obi, I guess I can't even envision who that who that guy is. There were certain ones that stuck out to me. Mark Johnson. Oh, Mark Johnson. Yeah, he's the guy that he lifted the Denny rings. Oh. Yep. The real one. The Denny Stones. Yeah, he showed up over the summer at the competition, and there it is. When I looked at that dude, it was like, I'll admit I didn't see a whole lot just by looking at him. And he did really good over the summer, and he admitted for this competition his strength was down just a bit. And he kind of said, you know, over the summer he was peaked out. You know, he just got back from Scotland and done all that stuff, and now he's just kind of back to normal. So, and it showed. His numbers were definitely a little bit lower than what we had seen before. Still had a good showing though. Yeah. So, cool. Nice guy. Yeah, man, awesome. Well, I'll tell you what. A person that I don't know if you guys know this person, but I was extremely impressed by her. Her name is Sarah Chappell. No. You guys, it's the Crusher. Her name is the Crusher. Yeah. Yep. She is. I follow her actually. Yeah. I just didn't know her name. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She's from New Hampshire. She's taller than I am. So I'm 6'2". Oh, she's probably at least 6'4". I did not realize how tall she was from her Instagram, but I'm telling you what, dude. I think every lift. I think she set a world record for the women in every lift, and in some cases did multiple world records. So where did she compete? I'm sorry? Where did she compete? At my place. She came down to my place. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she drove 6 hours or something like that, or 8 hours from New Hampshire, which is up in New England. Like, some people might not even know where the heck that place is, dude. She's up there. So she's like, I'm looking on her Instagram right now. She's been invited to the Arnold for next year. She's got all kinds of grip videos up on her page. She's definitely someone to watch. What sure. What did she hit? Well, we can. This ain't going to air before our official results are out or anything. I don't see a problem with it. So, dude, I can't remember the specifics, but I'm certain she broke the record in the women's flask. Mike Rinderly was looking all this up during the competition. I don't have my laptop on. Dude, I don't know. I know she started at 65. Her opener was like 65 pounds because I saw her. She was prepared, dude. Like, I've never even done this. The only person that I've ever seen do this is Chris Andrade, and then Steve Gardner did it back in 2009. She had a sheet with all of the attempts that she wanted to take written down on it. And Smart. You don't do that? No, I don't do that.
I know what I want to hit, and I try to hit that. That's what I do.
I figured you'd have like a kind of a graph like tattooed inside of your arm, and then you just have like you'd use like a Sharpie that you just write in there once in a while.
Well, what I do is I bring my hand warmer. I bring my hand warmer like an NFL quarterback. Or it's on my waist, and I have my playbook inside the hand warmer. You don't see it in the videos because before I go, I put it around back because I don't want to lose any cool points. But it's basically a fanny pack with fleece lining on the inside.
Well, hand warmer was cool. Then you said fanny pack. No, then it got uncool quick.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's camouflage, so when it does work around the side of my back, it's you can't see it anyway because it's camouflage.
Sure.
So it just blends into the background.
No, I'm surprised you don't do that though, Jed. I figured you'd have that all spelled out.
No. I take my training book. I'll take my current training book with me, and go figure. The day that I'm competing in my own gym, I couldn't even find my training book. I don't even know where it is. So I don't know. But I know that she started out at 65 on the flask, and then I think she was doing 10-pound jumps. So I think she got like 80 pounds.
Holy shit!
I think she got like in the 80s.
She wasn't screwing around.
Yeah, I might be wrong. Like the results will come out, and she'll get like something a lot less than that. But I know she started at 65. Maybe she's going up by 5 pounds. But,
still that's good though.
Yeah, she would complete the lift, and we'd give the fist bump and stuff like that. And Rindo would be like, just so everybody knows, that breaks the world record in the flask. Just so everybody knows, that's another world record for Sarah Chappell. So it was just like every event we're looking to Rindo for the statement. So, but he was crawling the nag site.
There's a good chance she's going to be Queen Kong.
It's a real good chance, I would say. Very good chance. At least if world records are an indication, for sure.
I'd rather not hear her hub number then, because she probably does more than me on that stupid thing. But I'd be curious about it on the crusher. What kind of number she hit?
You know what, dude? Let me grab my laptop. I just gotta I gotta turn it on. I didn't, because the attempt sheets are back at the gym, so I definitely don't have those. So I'll have to turn my laptop on, and it hasn't been turned on all day. So it's kind of cold blooded, so it'll take just a little bit. But I'll get the results out so we can look, so we can actually know.
So in your gym, you don't have like a big whiteboard, Jed, where you like write current PRs, all your grip lifts or anything on it?
Dude, I've never done that. No, I've never had a list of my PRs. No, I don't even know, dude. I'm telling you, it's like.
What kind of gym is this?
It's the worst. It's the worst example in history. But like, I just go back in my book and look what I did the previous week, and then try to do better. That's what I use as my training plan.
Sure. Okay.
It generally works. I just don't usually have the time to. Well, I don't have, or I don't take the time to plan workouts out, because the times that I have done that, like, it never works out. So.
You probably quit keeping track when Luke started out lifting you on the anvil. Then we're like, screw this, it's coming off now. Just erase it.
Alan's a dickhead. Wow, you are a freaking dick.
Wow, that was harsh. I was going to ask you that before when you were. How did Luke do? Did you hear from Luke?
Yeah, I heard from Luke. He so keep in mind he was in Dubai all week, and I told him, I was like, dude, the day isn't going to start till like 1 or 2 o'clock, and you're going to be out until like 2, 3, 4 a.m. every single day, because Better goes in there and works like a half day. Then after lunch, he comes and meets you, and you've already eaten. That's exactly how it works every single freaking day. So he confirmed. I asked him, I was like, so you having a good time? He's like, yeah, you were right. It's basically noon to 2 a.m. every single day. So that was that, and it's 8 hours ahead. So not only are you staying up to an hour that he's not used to, but it's also an 8-hour time shift. So that's a different story too. So there was no way he was optimized for his numbers. But
jet lag is a killer, man, in terms of performance. It really is.
Right. So I guess he did. Let me see. He did. I think 105 on the flask.
Okay.
Good. Pressure was a little low. I think he said it was like 170. And then on the hub, he was mid-60s. And then on the little bighorn, he was around, I think he said like 240, 230 maybe 230.
Jeez.
Okay.
So,
well, okay, so Luke did good, but I think.
I would take those numbers any day of the week, but I guess.
Yeah, no, those were good. Those were good, but yeah.
Those are good numbers, but like keep in mind, he's been beating me on flask every single time we trained it for like the last 2 months.
No, I didn't want to take anything away from that, but there was definitely a factor there because we've definitely seen more. Yeah.
I've never been to Dubai, but correct me if I'm wrong. It's hot and dry, right?
It is, but I mean, when you're lifting inside, I mean, how much, I don't know what the conditions were. I didn't really ask about that. But yes, it is definitely a drier climate. Like I remember like being out at night and it was still like 100 degrees and I wasn't even sweating.
Yeah.
So you felt hot, but it also was like it felt cool. Because it wasn't impressive.
Yeah. Wasn't Luke hitting upwards? And I thought he was hitting in the 200 range on the Crusher.
On the Crusher? No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he might have just hit 200 or something like that. But no, I don't. He wasn't consistently over 200.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
All right. So back to Sarah's numbers. So she ended up with 77 on the flask.
Nice. That's still good. That's really good.
148 on the Crusher.
Okay.
Wow.
That's legit.
She ended up finishing ahead of many of
a lot of dudes.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
On the hub, she did 39 pounds. And then on Little Bighorn, she got 160.
Okay. So the hub definitely wasn't her. That's a good hub number. That's a really good hub number. Mm-hmm. But that clearly wasn't her event.
No, it wasn't her event. And you could tell that she's I don't think she's trained on any of this stuff more than just a couple times.
Well, she's a monster.
So dude, I'm telling you. What I should have done, and I didn't think about it until she was probably 2 hours up the road, because we went to dinner with Anthony Clarino, Anton Torella, Tom Flesher, Jeff Martin, and Mike McMillan. So, I mean, I never even thought about it until we were already eating our dinners. She's probably up the road. I would have loved to have compared hand sizes with her, because she had me by 2 inches. So, I mean, her hands might be 8 inches long. I don't know.
I had a terribly inappropriate joke queued up there. But, a less inappropriate joke, what I was thinking was when we had James Fuller on the show and he was talking about his mom being 6'3", we were calling her Mom Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
She's right in Maine. I mean, we could get those two to play one-on-one. A little basketball.
Yeah. I think we should get her. I think we should get her on the show sometime. See if she'd be interested in doing that.
I think that would be awesome. Yeah.
She's got a pretty. I think she's got like a pretty decent strength background. I think she competes in like strongman and Highland games.
Yeah.
Well, obviously strong woman, but she does
148 on the Crusher.
She does grip, Highland games, strongman. And she calls herself a tall human. So she's definitely got that one right.
She's politically correct. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and she's from New England, and I speak fluent New Englandese. So I will be able to communicate with her.
Right.
Did she leave anything on the table though? Or I mean, by the time she hit the fourth, was she buried? I mean, was that 148 a true top end?
Yeah, I think everything was good as far as that's concerned. Yeah.
Okay.
She was solid. She knows what she's doing, dude. I'm telling you. She hasn't necessarily had the experience on these specific implements, but they've already run a competition up there. She and her husband already ran a competition. It was maybe I can find the messages I have with her here.
Well, at least she put it all there then, because if she'd like hit 148, and then that was just a miscalculation, it had like 155 in her. That's what I was curious about, because that's a solid number. We haven't seen that, have we? At all? Have we seen women cracking? I know Becca Roberts is. I mean, I think she's hit near the 140s. But that's a gym lift. Obviously she's good for more than that, but I don't know that we've seen any women pull anywhere near that though in a competition.
No, I don't think so either.
So,
not that I know of, dude.
She will likely
I'm going to go out on a limb.
Queen Kong. Yeah.
Well, so this lady, she should set the Crush the Dust challenge on her inner sights.
Oh, that's a great point.
With that kind of crusher number, I got to think shutting the 2 is probably not out of her wheelhouse, and certainly having that 45 ain't going to be an issue. So
the 200 on the new Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, but 150 on that crusher though, that's going to. I mean, like I look at that, and with some training, I don't know why she couldn't get there, because 150, that's got to equate to in the 170 territory on an actual Rolling Thunder, I would think.
Yeah.
And I would think some training she could get to it. That's just how it sounds to me. But I'd put the bug in her ear. Yeah. No reason not to try. Yeah.
Why not? Of course.
She's got a video here doing Rolling Thunder, and there's a lot of plates on there, dude. A lot of weight plates. There's 245s, and then it looks like a couple quarters on there, so I'm sure she's up around 170.
That's awesome.
She's strong, dude, and she was awesome. She was great attitude and all that stuff, man.
I don't know if commenting about weight is inappropriate, but can you share that on the show?
She outweighed me, and I couldn't get down to the 264 category. I was in the 120 plus for the first time since 2012. So
this is
she didn't outweigh me by much, but she did outweigh me.
Decent-sized woman. Okay.
Yeah. Well, she does legs. You can tell she does. She does leg workouts.
That's a good way. Okay.
You didn't compare hands, but would you say she had a taller forearm than you?
I don't know, man. See, my wingspan is like 7 feet. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure that I should have been about 6'5", 6'6", instead of only 6'2". I just ate like an absolute turd when I was in like elementary, middle school, and high school. So I did not nourish my body the way I should have. Had I think I had some potential for growth there, because my grandfather was either 6'6" or 6'7". So
holy crap!
Yeah, I think I missed the boat a little bit, but my arms are, aside from being extremely thick and muscular, the bones are long. So I mean, her forearms could be longer than mine, but it's hard to tell. I didn't notice that. I did not. I was not.
Talk about your beard.
No, my beard is amazing too, but I'm not. Listen, I'm not. If you guys look at her pictures, this lady is not out of shape by any means. She's 6'4", and she does a tremendous amount of strength training, and she just happens to be just a tad over what I weigh. So she's. No,
I wasn't implying that. I was just curious what size human being we were talking about. I figured she'd have to be. It definitely sounds like the muscular type. So that's fair enough.
I sit here and I think about it. I'm like, I mean, she's in New Hampshire. She can't be that far from Artie Badger Drews, who is like one of the better
he passed away.
coaches out there. What?
Wait, hold on a second. What name did you say?
R.D. Drews. Badger?
I'm sorry.
Badger Drews?
Please,
Jeez,
I'm
man,
sorry. Forgive me.
I know this dude for like 25 years.
No. I'm sorry, dude. No.
I'm having heart palpitations.
No, I'm sorry. The name that the fellow that passed away unexpectedly was Drew Patrick. I'm sorry.
Okay.
He was like a bench press specialist and neck training specialist. I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
Holy man,
yeah, it hit me and I was like, oh crap. Yeah. Sorry about
that. Like that clip
bro.
out of Saving Private Ryan where they tell that guy that his brothers died and he wonders like what happened. They were just on the school bus or something like that.
Yeah. So anyway, Artie Drews is still alive. We're sure about this, or
I don't know who that is, bro. I'm sure, but I have no reason to actually doubt his living.
Just yesterday he was checking his trail cam and saw a bear. So that's why I'm saying I think he's okay unless the bear got him. But
you should check, because an encounter with a bear that might not end well.
But I think about
you might want to follow up on
that.
He's
a really good arm wrestling coach and top roller. He's been a world champion. He lives in New Hampshire, and she's got all the tools. I mean, obviously, she's got all the tools.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking the turnaround between her now and a world champion is like 1 year, I'm thinking. But,
hey,
that's pretty cool.
That's where you were going with the forearm length?
Yeah, the forearm length, the hand size.
What were you thinking, Jet?
Maybe he was thinking like, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know.
Jed,
but
whatever you're thinking, get your head out of the gutter again.
No, I just thought it was like where her arms longer. That's why I went into the wingspan, the fathom membership measurement. I should say measurement.
Okay. So did you guys want to talk results of your events?
I don't know. My results weren't fantastic, so I don't need to talk about mine in particular.
Jed's sandbagging.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, we're
I'm not
see it
sandbagging,
anyway.
dude. I ain't sandbagging. Listen, I'll tell you what. When it's going to come off, it's going to sound like I was sandbagging with the flask training leading up to this, and that is not the case. I have not been able to lift 110 on a consistent basis at all for like the last 2 months, and I was just able to do it on Tuesday of last week, and then I got 120 at the competition and then missed 125 either once or twice. I'm not sure.
Awesome. That's a great lift, Jeff.
Well, I believe it would surpass the world record. Like, as they were telling me, the world record in the grip sport databases was 123. I thought I did 125 last year, but I could be wrong on that. Anyway, I missed 125, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
The only thing I was really sandbagging on this year was the shallow hub, because on several occasions I have done 80 pounds on the shallow hub. I just didn't I didn't talk about it that much, and then I only got like 72.5 in the competition, so none of that stuff really matters anyway. It's still a decent number. It's not good enough, but like the implement, from day to day, the implement feels different, and one day I'll get 80, the next day 70 feels really, really hard. So I tried to get 75 twice and failed both times. I got it off the ground a bunch of times, but wasn't able to get it to the stick. So
were you unhappy? What were you unhappy with? Was it your crusher?
Oh, the crusher, yeah. Because I think I was getting in training. I think I was getting 208 left-handed and 213 right-handed, and for some reason my left hand was stronger during the competition. I got 205. So the idea was to go 205. Or I'm sorry. The idea was to start with my left hand to save a little bit for my right.
Okay.
And then I didn't end up getting any legal lifts with my damn right hand. So I don't know what the deal is, what happened there. But
so you didn't work out.
Yeah, so I topped out at 205, which it's not going to be good enough to get like decent points. There's going to be 20 people ahead of me there.
Okay, well, you gave us your other 3-year lifts. How did you do on the Little Bighorn?
Yeah, don't hold out on us.
Oh, nothing. It was nothing. It was 210. Horrible.
Well, that's still
horrible
a good lift.
No, that's
Okay.
that's a decent lift. That's a terrible lift though in this competition. That's the problem. I mean, and for the amount of time that I invested in trying to train that and bring it up, I mean, terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible disappointment for me.
So we didn't see anything up there though at ours either.
Yeah,
I think you might be better off than you think. I know what everybody says before a contest, and I'm not saying that they didn't hit those numbers, but you might be better off than you think, and you didn't have a bad lift in any of those.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you bombed out or you ended up at like 50 on a shallow hub or something. I mean, even that shallow hub number that you're kind of unhappy with, that might be good enough to put you top 10 at least in the hub.
Yeah, I would think that's top 10. It's just, dude, I wanted to hit 80 pounds so bad because then that would have been the ultimate sandbagging. Because I think I totally lied to someone and said that I just got 60 pounds or something in at the beginning of September or end of August or something like that.
About that. Yeah, we were talking about what bullshit it was, and you were talking about, I can barely get 60 pounds. You sandbagging motherfucker. Yeah.
Such a dick.
So what about other people at your event? Like did you have anybody there that came in and really just sort of, blew the pants off you?
Yeah, what about Masters, Mike?
Well, definitely Sarah blew me away. I was not I didn't expect her to just kill everything. And I didn't realize she was just as tall as she was. Like from the pictures, you can't really tell. But Anthony Clarino gets better every time I see him. He always improves. And I always say this, but Anton has come so far from the first time I met him. So what year was it that King Kong first happened? Was it 2014 or 20? No, it was 2013, right? Because it was like a week or two after I held a competition in September that year. So when Anton went to that, I wasn't even going to go to the first King Kong. I only went because Luke was like, "When's the next competition? We gotta go do another competition." And I was like, "Well, there's one in like 2 weeks," but I wasn't really going to go. Oh, we gotta go. So he's the reason why we went. And Anton, I remember thinking, I'm like, is this guy even an American? Like it didn't seem, his accent, his New York City accent. He's got
a heavy New York accent.
Dude, it's deep in there. And
is this guy even an American?
And he just wasn't under, it was like,
was hilarious.
It was like he wasn't understanding like what we were telling him. Like, okay. And then he would like go and do everything wrong that we were saying. So so I was like, maybe he's not American. Maybe he like but he's just come so far. He's much better now, and really you can tell he knows what he's doing. So I'm real happy that Aaron Carr came. He's only a 13-year-old kid. He trains at my gym. So
nice.
So he came and competed, and he's done each of these things like once or twice maybe. Very little experience. So he got 56 pounds on the flask, and then 104 on the crusher, and then 32 on the hub.
Hey, those aren't bad numbers.
Yeah, and then 105 on the Little Bighorn.
Oh, so, that's actually really good, I think, for a 13-year-old.
Yeah, 13.
Yeah,
that's nothing to be ashamed of.
He's probably my most consistent lifter, student athlete lifter at my gym. Like he, not only does he come at 5:30 in the morning before school, but like he literally never misses unless he's sick or out of town. Like the dude is always there, and I'm real proud of him. I think he's going to be a tremendous athlete in high school if he keeps this up, because he shows tremendous dedication. So
And I have a couple other kids. I have a couple other kids that come at 5:30 in the morning too, that are very young, that are also 13 and even like 11. But Aaron just if he doesn't make it to the 5:30, he comes in the afternoon, so he never misses a workout.
Awesome.
Couple first timers, Clint Ziegler from Elmira, New York. He's only like an hour away. He came down. Of course, Mike McMillan and Jeff Martin have come to multiple competitions that I've run, so it was great to see them. I don't know if you guys remember the name Frank Snyder. He used to go by Magnus on the grip board. He came up and trained with Rindo and I back in 2008, 2009. Took a bunch of years off, never heard from him again, and then he's come to, I think, 2 King Kongs in a row, maybe 3.
But he had some big feats to his name, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's closed 3.5s and lifted blobs.
I remember him being associated with some stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now, he used to be like 280, but he was kind of soft and pudgy, and now he's only like 238 or low 240s or something like that. Much better shape now, and awesome hair. His hair was. And just it was just perfect, like gelled up real nice. It reminded me of a young Jed Johnson.
Of yourself, yeah. I was going to say, I could tell where that was headed.
Yep. It was great to see Chris Andrade again. He brought down his wife and his son.
Has he kept the weight off?
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome.
He was still at the 83 kilo. Yep. Still in the 83 kilo class.
That's awesome.
Of course, Tom Flesher came up, and he stayed at in my hometown, so I kind of told him where to go eat.
Tom Flesher?
Tom Flesher.
The future commissioner of baseball, Tom Flesher?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I believe same. Yes, that's correct.
Awesome.
Rinderley, of course, was there. Now, are you guys familiar with Andrew Sasso?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure he's a competitive power lifter. He's been to a couple grip contests. He was at Hillbilly Hand Wars in the end of September, and I think he said he was at another one. But he's from New Jersey, and absolutely jacked. Absolutely jacked. I think he was in the 93 kilo class. Strong dude, man. I bet he pulls and squats way more than me. I know that's hard to believe with my lower body development, but this dude is strong, and he's a competitor, dude. Like he's the kind of guy that you want at a contest. Like he's ready to go. He knows what he wants. He'll say, "Yeah, I'll take whatever the next jump is, 150 pounds." And then you'll load it, and he's like, you know what? Throw a couple more on there. Throw 2.5 on there. So I got some good distance walking in, just back and forth between the computer stand and the platform, loading the weights from that decision making process that he did. But I would have him back. I would have him back in an instant.
Yeah. So
we missed.
If you don't want to go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say we missed Chase Wiley. So Chase Wiley's been down a couple times to train, and if I remember correctly, he's actually a professionally ranked strongman competitor. Monstrous beard on him. It's slightly longer than my beard, but it's pretty impressive. But anyway, his grandfather. We've never taken any beard measurements. It hasn't gotten that personal. But he's definitely got me by a little margin. But unfortunately his grandfather was in the hospital, so he couldn't make it to the competition. That would have been his first grip contest at my place. So last time we had a contest, he had injured both ankles on a leg press machine. Like I guess his feet slid off and injured his ankles. So yeah. Okay. But, no other real, as far as I know, I don't know of any, weight class records. We definitely didn't break any world records by any means on this equipment. Unless, my 72 might have been a world record. I don't know what everybody else got. I doubt it is. I'm sure somebody beat that, but You know, or maybe for an instant or a few minutes it was a world record, but other than that, there was no. The only other close call was my 125 attempt, if that indeed is a world record.
And we got
like
to see what Yese Pyongyang has gotten too, because I'm sure he pulled something ridiculous on the flask. But speaking of flask, and I think this is the question probably all of our listeners want to know, how much did Mike Rinderly pull on the flask?
Let me go, and I'll give you the exact number because I don't want to go by memory because...
108. I said 108. I even told him 108.
108 was your call?
Yes.
What do you think, Alan?
No idea, actually. No clue.
All right, don't even play along, Alan.
Should I randomly pick 103?
105.
I shouldn't have gone low.
105.72 is what he got. So right in the middle of what you guys just said. And then he tried, I think, twice to do like 109 and change, but it wasn't there. He got it off the floor a couple times, but he ripped both thumbs. If he took
my advice and went to 108, he would have.
Yeah, should have jumped to 108 instead of that 105.
Yeah.
You know, James, it didn't occur to me until just now, but do you think all of this talk about hair with Jed is like a shot at you and I because we don't have any?
Hey, you know what's funny, Alan?
It's like a subliminal jab. What's that?
I'm actually growing mine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've actually had people tell me it looks awful, but I'm still growing it. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to grow it out.
I was gonna try the beard thing so I can do like the beard comb over.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can do is facial hair. So, and not very well.
My wife and I have this interesting little thing. It goes a little bit like this. At some point, we've come to this agreement. At some point, she gets to have a convertible of her choosing, and at some point, I get to grow out all of my hair and beard and look like a wizard. So I told her, I said, I'm pretty sure that wizard mode is about to be engaged. Like I'm just gonna let it grow. We'll see what happens, you know.
Nice.
Well, I know the next accusation coming Jed's way is does Jed use hair coloring? I can see that one coming.
Ooh,
that's on the horizon.
Who's saying this? What now?
I'm going to put that out there.
on my hair or on my beard?
Oh,
what the hell?
Beard. I'm going to do beard. I got to go there.
Well, I've thought about it, but I've never actually done it.
Yeah.
Gee whiz.
Well, hair coloring would definitely throw off my wizard motif. So I have to let a little white come through and grow out. But yeah. So I have a question, Alan. How did I know you said Joel Dirks won? Your leg of King Kong, but what kind of numbers did he put up?
I think he hit. I think he wound up getting 95K on the crusher. I think he got upwards. I don't have the results in front of me. I think he did get over 100 on the flask. I thought maybe near 60 on the hub. I'm not totally sure. In the anvil, he fell a bit short, though. I don't know. Maybe he cracked into the 180s. I really can't remember. He had a good showing. He really had a good showing, but I don't remember the specifics of those things. But the anvil wasn't his lift. And I don't know. Joel's one of those guys, and I remark to this every time. If he trained grip, he would just be, he'd be so much better. But the reality is he just got focused on other things. So the grip strength he has is just what he gets from that. The other things that he works on. So
sure.
He's just limited by what he puts into it, if anything. Well,
but
that says a lot.
To those guys. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
No, it just, he pulls 95K on a crusher without training it, and those kind of numbers without working on the stuff. I mean, that says a lot. Put the time into it, and you're going to see something a whole lot more. So they're real strong dude. Yeah, him and Devin both. Couldn't believe it. Yeah, Devin especially. He just impresses the hell out of me every time. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
The current record
we don't
is.
Want to go through.
is 123 on the flask, by the way. I'll just stick that in there. I must have taken an attempt at 125 last year, and that's what maybe that's what I missed at. But I thought I got that and then missed 128. But
yeah, for some reason I actually had you. I thought you had like 130 or something like that was what I had in my mind on.
No, I've never done that much.
Okay.
Yesay was able to do that in, I think, beginning of October or end of September. He put up a video where he did 130 to lock out, but no, not me.
Okay.
Yeah. So we don't want to review results yet? Like overall results, or do we want
I don't know. I just think we'd be here forever doing it. That's the only thing.
Okay. All right, so we can do a results show next week?
Yeah, maybe go over results next week.
Yeah, I don't even actually have mine handy. Joel sent me the picture of it. I just know it went like Joel, Devin, I think Grant, and then I don't know who else fell on the list. But
and I didn't do a rankings like that. I don't know if we were supposed to or not, but I didn't actually score it out like that. So.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure how he. I think that's the bit of competitiveness in Joel too.
I hear you.
He kind of lays things out like that, so which is understandable.
I would have won the thing, and I'm pretty sure Mike would have come in second. After that, it gets a little hairy. It's hard to tell. Maybe Frank in third for the third place, and then it's going to get really close because the numbers were really, really close after that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope Devin gets a medal out of his performance. I'd really like to see that.
Well, it sounds like he's gonna for sure, and anybody that would doubt him doesn't know of him because he's super, super strong.
Yeah.
I mean, he beat me on the Napalm's Nightmare one time at one of those arm wrestling things.
It's deceptive because he doesn't. It's really deceptive with it. Yeah, he is sitting on some serious horsepower.
Yeah.
Yeah. About it. So.
Yeah, that's when I was talking to Chris Chandler at that Georgia State powerlifting arm wrestling games, or strongman arm wrestling games that we went to. He was talking about how he'd had a chance to train with Devin, and he just said he said it's ridiculous. Like there's nothing that kid couldn't do if he wanted to do it.
That's
well, hold
exactly
on, guys.
Right.
Hold on, guys. I just got an email congratulating me. They may have posted something online. We got to check this out. This out. I don't know where it would be, guys. Maybe can one? Let me jump on the grip board. I don't see anything on Facebook.
Well, that might be a spam email.
Yeah, it might. It could be. Or maybe he's just. I don't know. I'm not sure.
You did good one way or the other. Even though you're not happy with your lifts, you still did good. Those are good lifts.
My internet is super. What?
I didn't see anything on the grip board. I was just looking now.
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on here. The guy just congratulated me on a podium finish at King Kong. So I don't know where he's getting that because I'm not seeing anything on. Like I can't believe that's the case. There's just too many people ahead of me.
Well, I don't get a notification on Facebook or anything, and normally they tag us all when they go to post those results.
Yeah, it's got to be a misunderstanding or something because there's nothing on the grip board either. So that would have been really cool if, like, during the call the results would have come on.
That would have been.
That would have been interesting. But I not knowing anybody's results, I think probably Tanner or Yesay probably took the overall. I kind of feel that way. Just by going by the numbers that were out there.
Yeah. Well, I was on Instagram yesterday, and I saw Tanner passing inch back and forth to
multiple times, dude.
Yeah, it's like 5-6 times or something crazy. Yeah.
Yesterday he was doing that?
It was after the competition.
Wow.
He just picked it
up.
Well,
at least he's coming in thick nowadays, right? He's not 83K anymore.
No.
Is he? Yeah. Okay.
But Yeah, so
well, I
I'm
like
sure he had a
Tanner. I
good
hope he
day,
did
though.
good.
We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, before I forget, Jed.
Yes, sir.
Jason Otto is looking at a date in December to do WrestleMania Day. So he told me to invite you. No
Hold
pressure.
on a second. What do you mean WrestleMania Day? Like you're going to watch a bunch of them all in a row, or?
Yeah, and it's going to be in his garage, and we'll probably lift weights and arm wrestle and bend and tear and drink and,
Interesting.
Well, make sure Gary Stewart comes there because Jed was saying he ducked him on that chop-off.
Gary is a definite. So, yeah.
I can't believe the number of people that are training. I mean, Ari Talonen's out here doing deadlifts day after that grip contest. It's hard for me to believe. I'm destroyed. I'm totally destroyed.
Well, Joel had that Static Monsters thing today yet. He's competing again.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I was going to say before. Kudos to those guys that show up and do a grip contest, even though they're weighing in for a strongman event the next day. That's
well. You know what? I got to say, like, between all the body weight lunges you end up doing with, like, loading and unloading, my glutes are just, like, ripped apart right now. It's, like, hard to just, like, sit down and stuff. So I can't imagine, Yeah, that's got to be rough. And, exactly. Good for those guys. Yep.
But I'm in Jed's camp. The day after an event, I feel just destroyed.
Oh, I know it. Can you imagine being in your 20s again? Wouldn't that be nice? Well, you could just do that stuff. Oh, getting older sucks.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Dude, I found out the secret weapon, man. I have one of those anti-fatigue mats that I stand on the whole day. It's a difference maker. It really is. Because I don't sit down the whole entire day. A lot of times if I sit down, my back will cool and it feels like it's going to go out. So I stand up the whole entire time we do these meets. And I just stand on those. It's like a cushion mat. It's been huge. It's been huge for me. My feet feel a lot better.
Put that one on TGA.
No.
You're still sitting on some secrets, man.
Yeah. I guess I left that one out, but it's huge. And my back isn't fried from just standing there, It's a big...
Well, everybody just got that for free. That's what you sell. You got to edit that out, Jed.
Yeah. I'll start cutting and hacking here.
Well, shit, actually, I wish I'd have known that. No kidding. I'd have brought something like that. Yeah. Man, standing on that hard rubber all day and kneeling on it.
Right.
One of those, that would have been okay. Well, lesson learned.
Get one of those for Jason next time he's judging the Lieber top so his knees are okay.
Hell yeah.
So. But, so I don't know. I mean, you guys have anything else from King Kong that was at least relevant for now until we hear more?
Well, I know that a lot of feats went down after the contest at my place, but I was configuring all the results, so I don't know what. Some people were pinching plates and stuff like that. It looked like they were having a great time, but I didn't get a chance to take part, so... I know a guy named Steven Anderson lifted the inch dumbbell and then did a two-hand clean and press overhead with it at the Texas competition. I saw that. And then it looked like Circo Peterman and his group had a record breakers after the King Kong, and a bunch of people broke records on various implements.
That guy just never quit. This is like a contest every Saturday. Huh. Nice.
So it looks like some stuff went down, but I'm sure more videos will be coming out.
Mm. Cool.
That'll be good.
All right. Well, I guess we've covered everything, guys. Alan, why don't you take it away?
All right. Well, that is it for episode 113 of This Week in Grip. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below, and we'll be back next week with the official King Kong results. See you then.